The Apocalypse Players present An Uncommon Burial. A Call of Cthulhu 7th edition scenario written by Danann McAleer in the style of M.R. James. With Joseph Chance as Dr. Henry Carraig-Muire, Dan Wheeler as Reverend Perregrine McCutcheon, Dominic Allen as Lady Helen Marjorie Bjarmia Potts, and Danann McAleer as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. Part 12. Imagining some fear.
I heard a sound. I heard breathing and a heavy wooden noise. Where's he gone?
The trapdoor. Away underground. Like you said, Lady Marjorie. Perregrine.
I'm looking for a light switch.
Love it. You can't find one, unfortunately.
Bother.
But I mean, nice to make yourself useful.
Maybe some gas.
It is 1901 Yorkshire, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not that. The museum's not doing that well.
I'm a senior citizen.
Edison's not been along just yet.
Maybe some.
I'm a senior citizen. But you do, in that blaze, looking around, you do see moving through Perregrine. I think, well, all of you now, I think, looking, you see on the floor there is clearly a hatch. And there is clearly a recognisable symbol carved into the wood, a very, a simple symbol. It's the same one that was on the trig point outside the guest house. And it resembles the face of an owl.
What the hell? He's gone down there.
Why? I don't understand.
Perregrine. I don't know. Maybe this was a distraction. The coat. Maybe it's a distraction. Shall I open it?
Well, it's not a very good one, because it's blindingly obvious where the fucker's gone.
It is.
Unless, wait a minute. What if he wants us to think he's gone down the trapdoor? Put a very obvious distraction so that we think he's distracted us from the trapdoor, but in fact he's in this very room right now.
Yes, that's...
I may have credited him with too much intelligence.
I think that's possible, Lady Marjorie. But...
I look nervously at various barrels and objects.
I don't understand why the man would spend however long convincing us... What's his angle in all this? I now don't believe I don't know whether we can believe anything he said about Miriam Dagg. Maybe Miriam Dagg isn't a man. Is a woman, as we all initially suspected.
Are you asking what his motivation is? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I suppose I am.
Well, let's just check if he's in this room first. Show yourself, you wretched blinder. Show yourself at once, so we can give you a good thrashing.
I get the coat and give it a shake to see if, there's anything in the pockets.
He falls out of the coat, yeah. No, he doesn't.
I give him a damn good thrashing with my 10-foot pole.
No, he doesn't.
We lay our cudgels on him.
You can't fit this. It's only like it's his little tweed sort of blazer he'd been wearing. It's not like a big overcoat.
There's nothing in the pocket.
No, doesn't seem to be. I mean, there's like a tissue in one pocket. I think maybe a snuff tin in the other. That's
what's it hung on?
It's like one of those. It looks like a coat hook, to be fair, but there's hooks sort of along the walls and sort of dotted in on the beams that sort of cross over.
Oh, I see. So it's not like he's made an effort to suspend it in the air.
No. He's not done any sort of magic work to make it look weird. It was just what you saw.
There's no fishing wire.
No.
Perregrine, you open it. I'll stand by, ready to cudgel anything that comes out.
Very well, although I imagine he's made a run for it, and he probably knows the tunnels under here certainly better than we do.
And he probably didn't want to get shit on his jacket. That's why he took it off.
I look shocked, and then I remember who she is, and I go, "You never fail to surprise me."
So I take the ring of the trapdoor and
yes. Oh, good. Okay.
and lift it.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, it does take a bit of a heave, like it's heavy wood, but it does lift up away from you. And it's maybe like a sort of 5 foot across, so it's like you can't actually open it the full way unless you were to like chuck it or try and like.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, it's maybe like 4 inches thick, big steel ring, and it lifts, and it's a hefty one.
Oh wow!
But
don't worry, Perregrine. Lady Marjorie will do it.
Goodness me, this is heavy. This is very heavy. My strength is only 40.
Anyone stepping in to help?
Henry, help him. Help Perry.
All right.
I mean, you can lift it. You can lift it, say, at a 45-degree angle. It's just like, if you wanted to, like, throw it open, you'd maybe need to do me a strength roll. Or
You keep an eye. If it looks like it has an owl's face, hit it like you're riding that black stallion that you always favoured back at school.
Which one?
Judas or Iscariot?
Flashback.
Get a move on, you stupid old horse.
the one you favoured? You stupid old horse.
I'm standing there behind a white ribbon line which is held between 2 canes, and the playing field stretch away across the infinite horror of England, and Lady Helen Marjorie Bjarmia Potts rides past on this black stallion, her body moving at great speed across its firm back as it paces across the field. And I turn and I look at my dear friend Robert, and I say to him, "Is she actually for real?"
And you hear me call to you, "Gentlemen, I won't stop to talk. I've got quite the lather worked up."
Perfect.
Heave!
During that flashback, do you assist? Yeah.
I left. All that has been me heaving.
Peregrine's left there sweating whilst you sort of go.
So now, conveniently, Lady Marjorie Bjarmia Potts is facing whatever horrors lie beneath.
Yes. Well, I'd say, what's your strength again? It's good, right?
Mine is 65. It's not bad.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, this lad's got through it. It's not like. I mean, you can open it and.
But he knows how to open it. These smugglers' tunnels. It's all about what you flip when, where, and how. I know.
Bend the knees straight back, like Gareth in The Office. No coffee on the computer. So you managed to like prop it up sort of straight at least, and you're looking down, and there is just a sort of. I mean, you're still only by the light of a. I'm assuming someone's handed off the lighter to.
We lit that handy lamp, didn't we, when we were doing the search?
Yeah, let's say we have a lovely little handy oil lamp.
Do you want us to make a luck roll, or should we fashion a torch?
No. I think that's fine. It would make sense. There would be a lamp in here for, like, guarding the museum at night.
I'll certainly have gone to find one while you were messing with the trapdoor.
It's not your first rodeo. So the lamp that Bjarmia is holding, you cast some light down, and it's still like it is a dark rectangle of.
Well, then I point the lantern at the hole of the trapdoor away from.
Oh, after you look at the obelisk.
Away from my dark rectangle towards the trap.
Oh, I see. For fuck's sake. Yeah. So you check your dark rectangle. All seems well. No lice. And then
Nothing talcum powder can't ease.
Meanwhile, electric lights have been invented, and I go over and flick the switch.
Thank fuck. Tesla arrives, played by David Bowie, and your lives get a lot easier. No, you hold out the lamp over it as the other two sort of lever it up, and I'll say you've sort of got it into a position just past 90 degrees where it seems like it will stay there.
Great.
And prestige quotes aside, or references aside, you hold the lantern over it, and you can't see the floor beneath. It looks like just a black hole.
Is there a ladder?
There doesn't seem to be, no.
Is there any rope in here? I say to them and the keeper of the godforsaken northeast.
You've been in here enough. You specifically have been in here enough that I'll say that you haven't seen any. There doesn't seem to be any rope.
Was there any rope back in the collection?
Oh, that's interesting. You go smashing cases to find some sort of ancient rope. You could, of course, see if Marjorie would just deign to lower the lantern into the hole. But, I mean, that's up to you. You could go and smash some cases first. It's your call, really.
Here.
There's surely one of those window poles they use for opening high windows with a pole with a hook on the end. I'll just lower it in with that.
Oh, like a gaff thing. Yeah.
Yes, they had them at the school. I actually had them in my school. Anyway.
You always were a dab hand with a 10-foot pole.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a married woman.
Listen, I'm not sure what we're hoping to achieve. Are we going to follow him down
Let's just
here?
have a look. I mean, it doesn't seem to have a way down. He must... What if he killed himself down there or something? I don't know. What is it? A storage? Another smuggler's? And I stop, meaningfully, with a great pregnancy of dread to go back to that memory of the last smuggler's exit we all took.
Lady Marjorie, do you think you could just lower the lamp?
I am doing.
Can we see any more as the lamp is lowered, or is it still all black? Can we see a floor?
You lower it to, like, what, the surface?
Well, if there is a window pole with a hook, I will try and sort of put it down there.
Okay, well, give me a luck roll for the hook.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
I mean, there'll be one in there somewhere. It's just if you don't want to go back out into the main museum and, like, fetch one from the sides or whatever. We may as well roll something.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose it is part of the game, isn't it?
I mean, I think luck...
Well, some people say so.
We dodged it for the lantern, so...
It's whether or not the janitors actually left it in the thing, or if it's leant up against the wall by the windows, that you've already smashed.
Oh, that doesn't look very good for me. Let's see, what's that? 51 on my 21 luck. Oh, bollocks, I can't seem to find anything.
But you can't find anything that would hook onto the thing. I mean, you could get closer down to the floor.
Yes, all right.
I take my coat off and I'll tie a sleeve onto the lantern.
What?
Wait, why don't we use his coat?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
That'll teach the bastard.
Was it a jacket or a coat? Oh, his jacket will do. You stopped me. I was like, oh, good thinking. And I'll use his jacket to tie onto the... I'm assuming there's some kind of handle. We can drop this thing down a bit.
Oh, definitely.
So we'll lower it a good couple of feet.
Yeah. Okay, great. So as you do, gradually what seems to come into place, initially it looks like sort of stars, like silver sort of points sort of emerging, sort of as it swings. You see these like weird catching patterns of, like, it doesn't look like wood or stone. It's like very strange, like
mineral.
Possibly mineral, but it's almost like it looks sort of maybe organic.
I'll roll my geology if that's all right with you.
What? Okay, feel free.
Is that okay? I'll invoke the ancient right of a Call of Cthulhu player to roll a science. Because he's got a shit ton of points in it and he doesn't get to use it so much. So, and fail majestically. A 72 on a 42.
It doesn't look like any rock you
I'm going to push that roll.
Oh, God.
I'm going to get down on my hands and knees and
totally...
I say, lower it a little bit more. I need to get a better look at this.
Yeah, no, do.
Does it not look like stars? And I lean right in and I have a good old look.
It does. It looks like glinting, like, are they points or are they sort of slight curves or?
Disappointingly, it's a 38 on a 42. I have just passed. But it's all disappointing for everyone and we all know it's like...
Careful, Henry, you might break your neck.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm okay.
You realise at the last minute, in fact, you're pushed, like, leaning into it. You sort of realise that you put one of your hands on the connection to the lamp. You sort of slide slightly and it sends the lamp like another half foot down and you catch yourself. But you realise with that increased light, boom, it looks like seaweed. It's like a huge mound of, like...
Oh, it's not mineral at all.
Sort of glistening seaweed. Like, there's a couple of, like, dogfish eggs in there, mermaids' purses.
Perregrine.
And things like that.
Perregrine, take a look at this. Take a look at this, and I get up awkwardly and I grab Perregrine and I pull him down. Unless he resists.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Smell that. Look at it.
Some kelp.
Aye. Isn't it? Something like that.
Something like it.
How close are we to the sea? Do we know? We're on hot raised ground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're about like a half mile from the sea at least. So you'd assume that if this was some natural cavern, that's got to be like placed there rather than.
Pass me that jar of grease.
Of grease?
Aye, that jar of grease. I don't mean grease, I don't mean the place.
Pass me that VHS of grease.
It's a tub of grease, isn't it? It's got some kind of ointment in it. I don't know what it is. It's probably for the plants. Pass me that.
Is this... I don't know what's happening here. Is this another luck roll, or is this something Perregrine actually has on him that I've forgotten is in it?
Pass me that random item that the keeper of the arcane lore will approve of that might be in this room full
I reach into the darkness and lay my hand on something.
Yeah.
On some lantern
You
oil.
mean this bit of bric-a-brac that was mentioned?
This bric-a-brac, aye. And I say, listen, and count.
Yeah.
And I go, 1. And I start counting. Do we hear anything like water after a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Nothing. In fact, it's sort of like stagnant sound, like when you stick your head into a
recording studio.
one of those dead rooms in a recording studio. It's almost like there's no echo even, which is odd because you assume it must go somewhere because this guy's disappeared, but all you can see is blackness, this sort of seaweed and sort of a marine effluence on the floor. And you can't really hear.
Again, pass me that stuffed penguin.
Oh, this bric-a-brac, of course.
Aye, that bric-a-brac. And I drop another one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you just dropping it onto the
6.
onto the seaweed?
No, down into the void.
I feel I haven't explained well enough. When the lantern lowers in, it's like it took your pushed roll to realise, to slip slightly further, to move the lantern slightly down. But basically, you've realised the floor of this thing does have a base, and it's covered with seaweed and sort of mermaid persons and stuff. You can't see the walls, but it seems to be like maybe a 6 foot high sort of gap from the trapdoor base to
the floor, which is covered in seaweed.
Yes.
I gag Perregrine roughly so that he cannot speak.
Okay, so I can't ask the question I've been trying to ask. You've answered most of them.
Don't do that.
No, go on.
But also,
I push Perregrine in.
For fuck's sake.
No, I'm joking.
You can't win.
I'm joking.
can I smell the sea leaning in?
Yes, but I'll tell you what you can smell is the smell of a sea cave. It's very hard to tell because you can see now the seaweed and stuff like that, which seems relatively fresh. It's kind of hard to tell whether that's what you're smelling, or you can't smell fresh sea air. You can't feel a breeze.
Sure.
Anything like that. You can smell the sort of detritus of the sea. And it doesn't smell like rotten necessarily, but you know when you go into like a beach cave or like an outcropping, and you sort of go to the back past the scree, and your parents go, "Don't stay in there, the tide will come in," and you go, "Fuck off, Mum, I'm 38," and then you sort of get to the back, where all the sort of dank seaweed's been pushed up and stuff. That is that sort of maritime smell, the fleas and the rocks and the sort of the stagnant water. That's the sea you can smell. It's not fresh sea air.
So there's no walls as such, so this is sort of the cavity underneath the building between the
well, it seems to be.
So
it might take going down there to see if there are passages or.
So who's the slightest of the three of us? It's probably not me.
I look at Perregrine. What is it, Perregrine? And do you think you could get down there?
Why don't we? I say, Perry. Why?
Just being pimped out for everything.
Why doesn't Dr. Carraig-Muire? I feel like I could handle it, and Dr. Carraig-Muire certainly will. Why don't we take you by the ankles, lower you down gently, inverted, and you with the lantern,
Inverted,
and we'll turn you around so you can see all the angles. Maybe he's hiding simply in the undercroft of the building.
And of course, the best way to find that out is to dangle someone in. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not getting down there.
Isn't that what those boys in the lower sixth used to do to you?
Not to me, no, but...
No, not to you.
Oh, to him, yes.
No.
I'd rather not think about that. Thank you very much. Listen, I'm not averse to the idea. Well, I am a little averse to the idea, but I'm not totally opposed to it. But I just wonder whether maybe we'd be better off trying a different approach. We could perhaps go and speak to the groundskeeper, Len, and see what he knows about this Mortimer. Find out whether it really was Mortimer we've been talking to. Find out whether Miriam Dagg really has been arrested. Go and speak to the police station. There's so many leads we can follow up rather than lowering me head first into a seaweed-lined pit.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
It is a fair...
Well, when you put it like that, I do.
Suppose you're right,
For
but
some reason, I'm disappointed. I can't see why.
I'm of the opinion that this man was not who he said he was. It feels as if we've not met a single truthful soul on our entire journey so far. But certainly, I wonder if this Len character is involved. He may be in cahoots with the whole conspiracy, and it is indeed a conspiracy that we're dealing with. I think that much is obvious at this stage.
If, let's call him Mortimer for sake of argument, well, if he is hiding down there, then he's heard this whole discussion and it seems like a bad idea to lower me in head first.
And then I tap my nose and I say, yes, you're right, Perregrine. We should just go and continue our investigations elsewhere. And then I wink at you and go, now we can put you in the hole because he'll be off guard.
Does anyone have any dynamite?
No.
Let's search the bric-a-brac.
It sounds like it's deep. It's deep enough that if one were to lower one's head in and shine a light around, you couldn't. You might be able to see a bit more, but not immediately be vulnerable.
Yeah, totally. I mean, if you had two people ready to pull you out, if someone sort of...
Fine.
If some sort of disgruntled weirdo, say, was to lunge at you with a pocket knife, you never know
Exactly.
what might happen.
Fine. I'll do it.
I'm just guessing what you might be thinking.
Pass me the lantern. I'll just stick my head in.
So do you untie it from the sort of the jacket and hand it to Perregrine and sort of...
Yeah, and I hold it.
Take a leg each?
No.
Yes.
Or like round
I
the
would have
waist?
thought I'd take his legs, and you should be ready with your stick, because I don't think it takes two people to hold a man's legs, does it?
All right, very good.
Yeah, you're not gonna lower me all the way in. It's just a case of me leaning over the
I'm
edge.
steadying him.
Still have your lap on the floor.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great, got you.
Just sort of like in at the waist, basically.
I'm security, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, I shall stand on the other side of the trapdoor and ready with my stick, not to swing down as such, but to javelin,
Aye.
like
A thrust.
like one of those noble islanders hunting fish.
In Micronesia, yeah?
Very, very well.
For I don't know these places.
I really want to do a
Yes,
flashback. But she said she didn't know these places. It's okay.
No, my husband has been to such places, and he's told me all about it. I've seen pictures in the British Museum.
Yes. Didn't like the shape of them, though, did you?
Not the countries, no. Those countries, terrible little places. How do they get around? They couldn't possibly have a decent bus service.
Like a splot of ink on a manuscript.
You can't get from one side to the other without a boat. Well, that's awful. It'd be like living on the Isle of Wight.
Oh, let's not go too far.
Can't think of anything worse.
So, excellent. So you sort of, you arrange yourself on the floor and you sort of like maybe tip at the waist, like halfway down the stomach, just to like holding the lantern in both hands and just sort of like lower yourself in a couple of feet, just see if you can cast it about.
Yeah, and just sort of cast the light around.
But like probably just one hand, right, Dan? In case the other hand needs to parry.
Yeah, I'm imagining a lantern in one hand, the other one.
I can take legal counsel on that if anybody wants legal counsel.
I don't think I need two hands on the lantern. One hand on the lantern, the other one sort of maybe on the edge of the trapdoor.
Got you. To leave yourself if you need to.
And
Yeah.
I sort of shine it around.
Great.
And I'd also like to, if there's a chance that Lady Marjorie is quiet for 30 seconds, I'd like to have a really good
you?
to see if I could hear anyone moving down there as well.
Great. I love it. Okay, well, I'll tell you what you see first as you let your eyes adjust, and then give me a listen roll in a second. So,
Should we listen as well, or is that?
oh, yeah, no, yeah, I think that's fine, because I imagine he'll pass it on anyway if he doesn't immediately get sucked into the mouth of a shark. Yeah, as your eyes adjust, you twist a little bit with your torso, sort of like cast the light to the sides as well as in front of you. And it takes maybe like 6 or 7 seconds, because it is really obviously pitch black down there. But you've been in this dark room as well, so it's not like it doesn't take a massive amount of time. You do start to see to either side of you, sort of in the direction you're facing, away from the door into the cupboard. You start to see a glimmer of like the yellowing light on what look like stone walls, like sort of almost cave-like, but more carved out, more like a cellar wall sort of thing. And in front of you directly, and this is a much fainter, but you do see what looks like a sort of a continuation, like the room narrows and it looks like a tunnel leading away in front of you.
Okay.
Do you want to try and look behind you? I guess that's quite a difficult manoeuvre. You'll be looking upside down, sort of like completely lower your head, show your balding pate to the seaweed.
I would like to do that, though, yeah.
Yeah. So doing that and letting your eyes adjust again, you see the same thing in the other direction, like a narrowing. So it's like this is like a little carved out or cellar area, and it seems like in front and behind you, or underneath you rather, there are two sort of narrowing points where it's sort of
like a tunnel going in two directions.
Blackness leads away. There's no doors or anything, but it's it's in those two directions, and this seems to be the widest point.
Like a kind of weird lozenge.
Like very much like a lozenge,
or possibly.
I was going to say that, in fact,
possibly
a sherbet lemon.
Something considerably more connected to the mother of the earth.
A vagina, yes.
Mm.
Oh, a sheelanigig. Yeah, perhaps an inverted sheelanigig. Not inverted, that would be horrible. So, yeah, you get that. And while you're sort of... Maybe that's when you do it. Do your listen roll for me.
Okay, before I do... So, the walls that I can see, they're not covered with seaweed? Are they bare stone? Are they...
No, they look like they might be damp.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks to you like, having let your eyes adjust, it looks to you like there's a sort of mound of this seaweed and like... and stuff underneath where you are. Mermaid purses and things like that. You know what I mean by mermaid purses, right? Like dogfish eggs, like shark eggs.
Yeah,
mounds of mermaid purses and
it's all got a bit.
Tell you what, lads, you should come to Magaluf. There's mermaid purses all over the shop.
Well, I know what you mean.
It's all got a bit interior McAleer. Okay,
this is really steamy stuff.
Yeah.
So the walls.
Walls are slick with seaweed.
The walls of the walls of the vagina, if you were. Are,
if I was.
Do they look like they're bare rock? Or are they carved? Are they built brick?
It looks carved.
Okay.
It looked for a moment like sort of cave sides almost, because it's quite roughly carved. It's not like no one's put any effort into the like. You can tell if it was whitewashed. Dom's just losing his shit over there. You can tell if it was whitewashed, but it's definitely man-made. You think, or at least adjusted by man, as mermaid purses should be. Fuck me.
It's recent colposcopy or late? Is it earlier?
This is
no, too much.
So this is a channel that has seen some action.
Yeah, and you're immediately reminded of your mother, Judith McCutcheon, in Farley Wallop. I'm sorry.
As he leans further in with a sort of eagerness, I clutch his thighs and my head is instantly pulled towards his buttocks, and I sort of
and I listen
and I think, must he silent because he's listening.
You feel the warm breath of a Scotsman on your buttocks as you listen to the passage.
Everything. I hear everything there is to hear. That's an extreme success on my listen.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually really interesting because I didn't expect that. So what you get, and I think maybe it's because you've sort of inverted yourself in this almost snail-like maneuver to see the passage beneath you. This is all getting so weird. But as you sort of return to sort of,
my snail is in the passage.
Your snail is in the passage. As you return to just sort of a hanging down position where you can see in front of you, behind you, the walls and all that, it's because you know that thing where you sort of invert, you're doing a handstand or something, all the blood goes to your head and it's almost like listening in a shell. It's like you feel like you can almost hear the sea.
Yeah.
Because of all the blood in your ears.
The part of me which is within the channel is now engorged with blood.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And it starts to swell and and I go, okay, well,
you might have to pull him erect in a moment, Henry, because I think he's going to pass out.
You might throw up.
Good point.
Pull pull him off.
But you're not wearing protection, so you straighten up, and no, but it is that thing where you right yourself slightly. Fuck me, everything I say now sounds weird. But you initially you do think with that extreme success, you think, oh, I can hear the fucking sea. It must be a tunnel down to the coast or down to the like the cliffside or something. Like that's a long distance, but maybe it's echoing through. Then you realise it isn't. It's just the blood. It's a magnified version of the shell thing. It's just the blood that's rushed to your head. And as that passes, as you straighten up again, it's like a clarity comes to your senses. And what you do hear is the sort of grinding of it sounds like sort of the grinding of stone on stone and something being carefully placed or shut. Like a sort of, like someone's and it feels like it's quite a while away as well. Like you would hazard a guess as like meters and meters away, like down one of the passages. You feel like it's definitely the one in front of you.
The one as in that I can see like behind myself, or? No,
the one in front of you now. That leads towards the coast rather than inland, leads east.
Okay.
But you hear something sort of... It would sound like a sort of millstone on another millstone.
Or like, a big stone being dragged over an opening, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like the start of Jesus' birthday.
I ejaculate.
Immediately. Quite right, too.
I ejaculate. Aha!
Oh.
Pull me up.
Aye.
Tug him off quickly.
And I pull him up as quickly as I can.
I do. Oh, I do.
Not that quick.
This tunnel. I report everything. There's tunnels in both directions. I can hear the sea. That one of these leads to the sea, and there's a sound. I think I know which way he's gone. There's down there that sounds like a movement of a stone being dragged across. It's a long way off, but that tunnel leads towards the coast. I'm sure of it. He's gone that way.
Lady Marjorie, are you helping to pull him off at the same time? Or?
Oh, yes.
You're both giving me a good tug.
You're assisting. Okay, good. Ooh. Well, that's good to know. Well, you get back up with no problem. And, you pass on this information.
Not the first young boy I've had to pull out of a sticky hole.
And I'm sure it won't be the last.
Fuck me.
I don't trust that seaweed. I don't like it. Do you think it's okay?
What to eat?
No, I mean, like, to touch.
I imagine it's there to facilitate a soft landing, but...
I look a bit crazed, and you can probably tell that I'm thinking about the old days of things not being normal.
It does sound like something, like an old smuggler's trick. I'm not familiar, but it sounds like the sort of thing they do, collect a load of seaweed and cushion their falls.
Intriguing.
Well, quite. It's been piled there into a sort of mound, so it wouldn't grow like that, and we're far too far from the sea. So
no, of course not.
Can I? I mean, it's slightly retrospective, but I've got very high natural world skill.
Oh no, go for it.
Does it look like the seaweed is fresh, or from what I've seen, does it look like it might have been like harvested a few days pre?
Give me a natural world roll.
Thanks.
Because that's a good one. Yeah. I was hoping you might do that.
Oh, come on.
It's 5,000 years old. It's from the Precambrian, but it's fresh.
My natural world is 89, and I've rolled a 96. I'm going to push it, and I'll tell you how I'm going to push it. I'm going to say, hang on, let me have another look.
Dip me in again.
And without asking them to hold my legs, without even asking them,
Perfect.
I just sort of slip over the side down to my waist again with the lantern. I've got a bit overconfident, having been,
I love it. I love it.
Been down, been up.
Well,
so I just sort of
back around, spiraled. Yeah,
swing the lantern over the edge. Hang on, let me have another look.
Yeah,
fine, good. Oh, that was a bit maverick, wasn't it? That's almost a hard success on my natural world.
Perfect.
I could spend 1 point of luck to make it a hard success if that would be...
I don't think you need to, because just for the age of it, I mean, you've been around like coastal towns before. You know, yeah. Oh, big time. It looks like you would hazard a guess at probably around 3-4 days old. Like if it was at the top of if it was like at the top of a beach, like in a line on the rocks or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd guess that was a high tide and it had been there for a few days. And the smell sort of backs you up on that as well. That sort of stagnant marine smell.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't think there's any way from where you are geographically that it is naturally there, certainly.
Yeah.
But it's also not been there for ages. It's not like dry and crispy or anything.
Yeah. So I report that back. I heave myself back up and say, yes, this has been there for a few days. So I assume they refresh it regularly, but this is not something that's just washed up the channel. I'm sure it's been placed there.
Unless they don't do it regularly. And this was placed here specifically for this moment in time because they were planning a heist or a robbery of some kind, or they knew they'd need to make a quick exit.
Interesting. I hadn't even thought of...
Maybe they were going to knock the place over, as they say in criminal parlance. I had an uncle who was... well, anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, that could be what's going on.
Listen, the way I see it, we've got two...
Oh, it makes perfect sense. Sorry, I've just thought.
Lady Marjorie.
If he was thinking on his feet, I don't know, because we weren't thinking this when we arrived. But let's suppose that he'd come here at this moment in time to fleece the place, to get what he could find from the study, any information he needed for whatever nefarious purposes he's about. So the first thing you would do if you were in his situation is you'd go to the front door and flip the sign to closed so that to discourage anyone barging in on you. Then we show up, we impose ourselves upon him because it didn't make sense that the place would be closed on a day like today, and then he is forced to
put on an act. Right.
Do this pantomime. And he used us to do his dirty work for him, because we were looking around the study, and whenever we found something of interest, he was darted over straight, quick as a flash, and wanted to know what it was that we'd found. So I think that's what was going on.
It's brilliant, Lady Marjorie, and I think it's very possible. The way I see it, we have two broad options here, and Henry, correct me if I'm wrong, but we could go straight down there and follow him, or we could try to get to the bottom of who he is. I like your theory, Lady Marjorie, and I think it's quite possibly true, but...
Thank you. My intuition's very charged today, just like earlier when I knew there was going to be a trapdoor in that room. I said as much just beforehand,
I remember that as clear as day, like it was just 5 minutes ago.
Moments ago. It was moments ago.
We're doing that thing where we play in 10 times longer than real time.
To be fair, I had a few flashbacks, so
yeah, that's true, and electric lighting has been invented, so time has passed. But
wait.
My point is that rather than pursuing him immediately, we could just try to find out a bit more. That someone will know. Did Miriam Dagg have an assistant called Tom Mortimer?
Aye.
That evidence might be there, right, in the study. There might be a record of his employment.
It could be.
We could go and speak to Len, the groundkeeper, and say, do you know Tom Mortimer, Lady Miriam Dagg's assistant? What does he look like? Was he yay high with a pair of glasses and a funny little ginger beard?
I fear that...
No.
Well, there's no point asking me.
Well, definitely that wasn't him then. And then we'll know that he was... Because there's possibilities here, aren't there?
No,
Well said.
There's possibilities.
I quite agree. I'm not...
There might be a real Tom Mortimer that he has been impersonating. Or
Yes, that's what I think is going on.
Tom Mortimer. Perhaps he really is Tom Mortimer, and in his whole career in this museum has been leading up to this point. So just because he's up to no good doesn't mean, and I don't really know what the difference this makes, but I feel like we need to have all the facts at our disposal.
But one moment,
No, I quite agree. I wasn't suggesting we pursue him now. It would be a fool's errand.
but this man
Sorry, Henry.
knows that this trapdoor is here because he used it.
Exactly.
And someone who's doing a break-in wouldn't know that. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he can't be someone who wants to steal something or take something, but it's a group of people who know this is here, and this reminds me of another place that we've been. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes, I suppose I'm trying not to think too much about...
I think you both noticed that I've taken a good 4 foot back from the edge of the pit, and I'm looking at it and I'm sweating.
Well, gentlemen, what should our next move be? I quite agree we're best served by conducting true consulting detective business rather than running down sticky holes. But this is all information that we should keep at the back of our minds. Incidentally, I also think we don't know how far this conspiracy spreads, and we should be very suspicious going forwards of anyone we speak to, because we've already had to deal with, what is it now, 2, 3 imposters? I've lost track already.
Listen, I have an idea. And I take out my Bible and I find a page.
I share a look with Henry and roll my eyes.
I look nervously and just do a little shake of the head.
I find a page with a number, sort of, I come up with something, and I think, I choose page 49 because that's my age. And I very carefully fold score and tear out a strip of the Bible, a thin strip, and I say, close the trapdoor. And I hold it in place. And not, where the trapdoor will close.
Yeah.
I say, close it, and this way we'll know if anyone's been back this way, if we come back here.
Very good thinking.
And as you put it into the gap, it immediately burns into flames. No, it doesn't. Yeah. Good idea. Well, so you're wedging it, like...
Well, what I'd like, if they agree, I'd just like to, I want it to be held by the weight of the trapdoor. So if someone was to open the trapdoor, it would fall, and then if we came back to this place, we'd see that someone had been through the trapdoor. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think I do lower the trapdoor at his instruction, and when I finished, I do. I go. All right, I'm relieved. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to go down that place, but I don't fully understand. The cooled trail is not a trail that a man can hunt, be it for dragons in the earth or be it for a fugitive. You have to follow your finds. I know we've made this decision, and I then, in turn, take a strip of the tweed jacket and I start wrapping up my injured arm where I broke the glass badly. And having said that, I'd like to try and do a first aid roll on myself. It's not a fumble, but I've not succeeded. So I'm sweating, my fingers are slipping, I'm obviously making a mess of it.
Yeah. Well, also, you're still in the dark, right? None of you have moved out of this sort of...
No, yeah. And I think I take this, what started off as a perfectly reasonable bandage, which I'm ruining, and I go, God damn it! And I throw it on the floor. I wipe my brow, and I don't know what to do.
And could you all give me a listen roll at that moment?
That's very good. That's hard success.
It's a massive fail, but not a fumble.
Good to know.
Yes, I didn't succeed on that one, I'm afraid.
No. Perregrine, and I suppose a hard success. And it was probably off the back of the sort of extreme one you had, because you were in that sort of almost solitary confinement, sort of leaning into this dark area, and you're still in that area of listening. You hear, still from inside, you're all still, you haven't backed out completely of this area, have you? But you hear what sounds like a tawny owl. You hear this hooting from
within the trapdoor, or from...
No. From like you would imagine like maybe 10, 20 yards away, although it's hard to tell.
What, in the same room as us? No.
In
the museum.
Out the back through the door, either in the museum or out in the garden. You have to assume the gardens, right? Because there wouldn't be an owl in the museum, would there?
Otherwise, there's an owl indoors.
Yeah.
Although I would like to remind you all in that, just Perregrine actually, because you're the only one who hears it. I think you do have a flashback to your meeting with Theodore Pugh.
Yeah.
And the huge owl figure that sort of stalked through the room at that moment. That's what it reminds you of. But you're hoping it's maybe just like a confused owl out in the gardens.
Did you hear that?
No, what was it?
My arm. What?
It sounded like an owl.
Where?
An owl. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here.
I look to the door. In fact, I'll try and stealth over to the door.
They shouldn't be active at this time of day.
Perregrine, it's not a real owl.
It did sound exactly like a tawny owl.
But that's my point. It'll be like earlier. Do you remember? We can't take any risks with owls.
I crash into 2 pieces of bric-a-brac, but not loudly, just kind of... But I do hit 2 things. It's not a fumble, but I get to the door. Can I see anything?
A sort of a wooden casing falls off an upturned bucket, and you sort of go, oh, fuck, like it's that. But you can't see anything.
I don't even look back. I just go, Mother of God.
You stick your head out. You can't see anything in that little corridor area.
I use my move rate to cross 2 hex squares that are clear of bric-a-brac.
Excellent. I love it.
I cast Expeditious Retreat.
Did I say hex square? Did I say hex squares? What a terrible hex squares. Hexes. Hex squares. What a cunt.
Well caught, but you caught yourself. Sometimes it's important, if you're being OSR, it's important to die honestly.
But you don't see anything out of the door.
I can't see anything. Which way?
I think maybe it's fair to say, without an intelligence roll, you're all suddenly aware of the fact that you have smashed a window quite, and you're you're suddenly aware that you're new in the town and you've already caused quite a bit of damage. And
all right, let's talk to Len. Let's go. It's out the back, isn't it? And it's a right and a left. Have I got this right, Danann, if memory serves?
Yeah, so now if you're coming out, you're in this little corridor. The little door opposite you leads to a toilet. The one to your left, coming out of where you are, leads back into the main museum. And the one to your right, which is like a sort of paint, both of those 2 are painted blue. It leads out into the gardens because there's like a glass thing on it. So it would be at the back of the museum. This is like the back door. So the opposite side to the way you came in.
Did we get a set of keys? Was there
There's none in the space you're at, but you're quite right in saying you had picked up a set of keys in Professor Dagg's office.
Yeah.
So you do have a set of keys on you, but I don't think you've tried any of them out because you're in the...
Write it down in your character sheet.
Set of keys for museum. No, I just meant to hang on to them. I'll say as much. Could you hang on to that set of keys? We may want to return here.
Me?
Well,
I'll write it on my character sheet.
Write it on your character sheet. Well, I think maybe Henry should keep hold of them, not because he's best at keeping hold of things, but because he's best at keeping notes.
I can't. I'm already carrying the 10-punt vole.
Oh yes, of course. Those poor voles. They're endangered. Don't you know? Their habitat is being destroyed by all the...
Why don't you
installation?
Use your big sack of holding.
I'll tell you what. I'll watch this entrance while you 2 get out, find Len, and then I'll follow.
Well, for the sake of verisimilitude, I'm going to use the toilet.
Oh, aye.
Something that never happens in role-playing games, ever.
You know what? I was about to say, I looked at how old I was, and I think Carraig-Muire can get away with it. He won't use the toilet, but as soon as Lady Miriam goes, he goes, "Ooh, I think I might need to go too." Shite. That thing that happens.
Now you've reminded me.
When you get to my age, you never miss the opportunity to use a public service. Even if you may be imperiled by an occult supernatural owl serial killer.
I understand, Lady Marjorie.
We don't know when we'll see a toilet again.
It's probably best. After what happened back in there, everyone should probably go to the toilet.
I've got to admit.
Just for good hygiene.
I sort of assumed you were just doing it through the hatch onto the seaweed, but... Do you close the hatch as you leave towards the toilet, by the way, or do you leave it open?
Yeah, because we put the little slip of Bible in
we put the paper in.
Yeah.
And do you, shuffle stuff on top of it, like as it was before you... Because you did clear stuff off to...
Oh, whoa, we cleared stuff off it.
Yeah,
But it was stuff that had, it wasn't, on it. It had, fallen into it. So you think he might have basically...
He knew where it was.
I'm not going to make you do an intelligence roll. It's like he lifted it up, slid in without opening it completely. Down. And broom handles and stuff fell back across it.
I don't think we go out of our way to cover it back up.
No.
And also, we just heard the owl. I think there's a degree of urgency, so I think she's going for a piss, which is only publicly.
There's a degree of urgency, so she goes for a piss. The 2 of you stand in the corridor.
She's a woman of an age,
looking both ways.
This guy's younger than me, so he doesn't need a wee.
Yeah.
Perregrine,
you're sure you heard that owl call still?
Is he in his 50s? Is Perregrine in his 50s?
He's 49, so he's...
Constitution roll, mate.
To see whether I need a wee.
Well...
Fair enough.
No, when someone else goes... it's a British rule. I think if you're playing British, if someone else goes for a wee...
Yeah.
Do you think he could hold it?
Apparently so. I passed my constitution check.
Amazing.
Right, well, if Danann's happy, then I'm happy.
You feel like a man of 32.
Ironically, I rolled a 33.
Like Christ himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She died from holding in a wee.
Well, I tell you what, you don't encounter anything of interest in the toilet unless you want to do something interesting to yourself in the toilet.
Oh.
Nothing happens while you're in there. Sorry.
This is one of my lines and veils. No.
Flashback? Flashback option?
Lines and veils. My single line is old women masturbating in public conveniences.
I'm not masturbating, how dare you?
It's quite a pleasant thought for me.
I'm a bluting.
Wouldn't know the meaning of the word.
Probably says a lot about me.
Yes, so I have a flashback to the start of sitting down on the toilet.
Excellent.
Feels like it's been ages.
Yeah, and it probably has.
And then finally...
So while she's in there, the two of you, what are you doing? Because there is time passing in this moment.
I am literally watching the entrance, and I'm assuming, and I'm saying, I'll watch the museum, you head out back and talk to Len.
Great.
And I'll catch up with you.
So, Perregrine, are you looking through the glass of the door to the back gardens, basically?
Glance my eye around as I go because I'm half expecting to see an owl trapped inside the museum.
For sure. Although, it could have come from either side.
Yeah.
You just know it was outside of the room. It could have been outside in the gardens. It could be a confused owl by the daylight that's been disturbed from its perch or something. Could you do me a spot hidden when you look out through into the back gardens?
Happily. Okay, that is a regular success, 65 on my 74.
Okay, great. So you do, as you're sort of glancing back, and you can see Carraig-Muire sort of braced, are you holding something, Carraig-Muire?
I've got my stout stick.
I thought you'd have your stout stick, I was just checking. You've got that, and you're looking back through, like the door that's open back into the museum, and Perregrine, you're sort of looking back to him, Marjorie's in there. I'm assuming you've shut the door to the opposite, the one with the trapdoor. Or maybe you haven't. Maybe that's still open.
Oh, I imagine we would have closed it on the basis that we closed the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make sense, right? But as you glance back one time towards the back gardens, as Marjorie, Bjarmia is in the loo, and Carraig-Muire sort of braced, looking through back intensely into the museum. You see something for a moment, like through the glass of the very back door. And it's like this sort of figure. It's like a white figure in a very odd position, like through a couple of trees. And you can't see what. And then for a moment, you sort of remember. You go, "Oh wait, no," because on the way up, we saw that sort of fountain statue on the little pond, and it reminded you of the sort of ballerina almost shape of the. And it brought you back. That image brought you back to what you'd seen on what you thought at the time was a trig point during your first evening at the Bogglehole guest house. But then you realise, well, no, actually, but we didn't come up this way. This is the back of the museum, and it can't be that shape. And
no,
you realise it doesn't quite look the same. There's something about the perspective, and it almost looks like. You think for a moment maybe it's just a birch tree, like when birch trees sort of die off, not like the ash die back, but it almost looks like what do they call it? Not pruned, but when you
pollarded,
cut away, pollarded. It looks like a pollarded birch, but then it seems to there's a sort of weird juddery movement to it. Looks like it's almost hopping.
What?
For a second, this figure, and suddenly you realise it must be one of the. It must be one of the entertainers from the town, that you'd seen puppeteers and accordionists and almost clown-like figure. It looks like it must be a figure, someone like that, sort of amongst the trees, just practicing in the garden. But it's this very strange, pale figure.
Shoot it.
Capering. You just did a capering pose, Danann. You had one arm raised, another arm across your chest.
Yeah, a capering, almost jester-like capering position. It isn't the ballet position of the sort of the sundial scarecrow you'd seen. It's a sort of capering gesture of this big white figure, and then it just seems to hop away behind a tree. And
does it remind me of a moving holly bush by any chance?
No, it's nothing like a holly bush. Although
nothing like a holly bush, but
a birch tree was the first thing you thought. It's too bare for a bush, as my old grandma used to say.
No.
There's a bear.
There's a bear.
Well, but in the night.
But at night,
Imagining some fear.
how oft?
How easy is a bush supposed to bear?
And that's what I'm muttering. That's what I'm muttering to myself on the toilet.
Yeah.
It's too bare to be a bush.
Yes. I shouldn't have gone south of the equator.
And outside there is a bush supposed to bear, and inside I barely know what I'm staring at.
Well, inside, you don't see anything within the museum. You see the stacks that you
No,
recognise.
so I think I do dare a look back at Perregrine and I say, "What is it, Perregrine?"
I think it's just... Well, I mean, is this a weird enough experience that this...
Because it was only a regular success and you're spot hidden, I would... Unless you would want to argue otherwise, I'd say you're happy to sort of tell yourself it's like maybe a performer practicing or something.
It did look
that.
like the shape of a human, the shape and size of a human.
Yeah. Give me what's a good role for this? Look, because I think it would be nice to sort of-
Sanity.
No, it's not quite sanity, because it was a sort of odd, jarring moment that reminded you of that shape, and there was a couple of... But maybe give me... Oh, what's the right role? Not spot hidden, but...
Art and craft dancing.
I feel like it is sanity.
Maybe, all right, well, let's go sanity then. Go sanity, because it does put you back in mind of that initial... scarecrow figure you saw, and it also puts you in mind of there was something about its hopping movements, it's sort of the paleness of it and the way it moved away between the trees it was unsettling, and you're telling yourself it's a clown.
Danann, is it an intelligence role for him to understand? Because he's not... I'm pretty sure Peregrine's not very bright, is he?
Thanks a fucking bunch.
Do you know what, though? He is right. That is kind of what I was angling
High, though,
for.
isn't it? It's pretty high, isn't it, your intel?
Yes. So obviously, when I first rolled, I was feeling pretty smug because it was success on my sanity.
If you've already rolled, that's not fair.
No, it's fine. I mean, the dice would have done what they've done, wouldn't they? But no, it turns out it's a hard success on my intelligence, so I do definitely understand it, obviously.
Great. Well, in that sense...
Wow. Talk about pulling a rug.
No, sorry.
Meanwhile, that's what she's doing in the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say.
Oh, God. To be fair, that is the right one. So...
Yeah. It's like a reality check, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And as Carraig-Muire sort of glances back from the inner of the museum and sort of says, "Can you see anything?" And you hear maybe the toilet flush, and you're aware Marjorie's about to come out. And is there anything scarier than the sound of a flush to accompany a horrific moment? But we'll see in the edit. But you see this figure, and it is initially you think, oh no, it's just a sort of statue. But why was my eye drawn to it? Is it a birch tree?
Maybe just one of the performers.
Followed it? Yeah, exactly. And you think... But then there's something about the motion, like, you're not a cultured man in the sense of, like, theatre and things like that. It's not like you've seen, like, amazing physical performance necessarily. Your natural world, though, is incredible. And something about its motion reminds you of a wagtail. There's, like, it's like there's an anticipation to it. It looks like this thing is, like, moving in a sort of anticipatory, hopping sort of motion, but you realise it's far too big and it's far too far away for that, and that's why it reminded you of the birch tree. It's like it's almost as if there's this pale figure sort of hopping amongst this little copse of trees, and you get the distinct sense that it cannot be a bird because it's too big. It cannot be a person because no person other than a madman would move like that, and you also get the distinct sense that it's looking directly at you as it moves away between the trees. And I'd say that's a sanity roll then.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's jumping backwards. Oh.
Yeah. Sort of sideways.
Oh, well, that is a success on my sanity.
Well done. You see, justice is done, Dan.
Maybe you do sort of convince yourself to a degree that maybe it is some sort of French clowning. Maybe it's someone from Lecoq. You wouldn't know of Lecoq. Gaulier, they probably didn't exist. I think you maybe think maybe it's one... You don't think, you know it was too unnatural, but you convince yourself maybe that it was someone doing something odd. Someone preparing.
And that's what I say.
Yeah.
I say it was a performer, some sort of clown from the village down there. We need pay him no heed.
I abandon my post instantly, dash over to him. No doubt.
Not your stout stick, just your post.
Well, yeah, I abandon, but I keep my stick with me, but I abandon its upraised nature. Just, no doubt, instantly, as soon as Lady Marjorie is coming out of the toilet, and I collide with her almost, and I have to go around her voluminous skirt, and I brush along the wall, and I go, "Are you all right, man? Are you all right?" And I grab him by the shoulder, and I swing him round.
What's going on?
And I say, "Look at me."
Yes, I'm fine, for goodness sake.
Performer? What the hell are you talking about?
And it's someone from the festival in the town. Don't worry about it. Nothing to worry about. Let's go and find the groundskeeper.
Well, did they see you?
What does it matter?
Well, I don't know. They might. We don't know who we can trust.
It wasn't an owl, then. Or a owl oversized, I say, with my voice quavering.
Of course it wasn't an owl. What are you talking about?
You said you heard an owl. I look back towards the museum.
It must have been. It must have been I don't know. Something out there in the garden. Forget it. Leave it.
Oh, I want to get out of here. Sitting in the toilet on my own for 25 minutes gave me the creeps.
Could you? Your thighs are numb. You can barely stand, and your elbow marks are sort of purple dents on the top, and you've thoroughly read every.
And I finished my book.
Yeah, exactly. Could you both all three of you rather give me a listen roll at that moment?
Yeah, that's another fail.
There's a lot of listening in this episode, I know.
That's another success from me.
Well,
that actually looks serviceable.
The Twitcher.
Is it worth spending 2 points of luck?
Well, one of you has succeeded, so it's up to you.
Oh. Stuff it then.
Yeah, you might have to ask first a woman, remember. So Perregrine, again, while this sort of hurried conversation is, I want to get out of here, and, you've sort of decided to, leave. I mean, it's a bit late now after the 25 minutes of Marjorie shitting to pursue that guy in the tunnels, maybe. But, you've...
It's just a difficult piss.
A difficult piss?
Sorry, a difficult piss. We've all been there. We've all been there.
Line.
You do hear over the top of this sort of hurried, sort of whispered, I know you're not shouting, all of you, but it's this sort of, well, what are we going to do? Over the top of that, you hear the creak of a door, being sort of, put through. Not put through, but you hear a sort of bang, and it comes from the direction of the museum. It's quite faint.
I'm scared.
But you hear it's like someone's just forced open the front door and is coming through.
Fuck.
You sort of have to assume that he's somehow escaped. I mean, somehow, it's pretty obvious how now. Annoyingly, Dom called it just before I revealed it. It was like, imagine if there's a trapdoor, and then I was like,
Cut that out.
Sake.
Cut it.
Yeah, I'll just cut it in the actual podcast. And then just put something in the back of the episode. It's fine.
I spend 75% of my time in the edit trying to make myself sound cleverer than the rest of you.
I know.
Dom,
You're all too good at predicting shit. It's really
Dom
annoying.
should be allowed to now record. I knew it was a trapdoor.
Yeah. I fucking told you. So, yeah.
I have to be careful that when we do predict something that is true, we then have to incorporate it in an uncuttable way immediately afterwards.
Yes, absolutely. Well, let's say you haven't opened it then, because, spoilers, there's no poison gas trap or anything like that, you know. Otherwise, I'd have remembered whether you opened it or not. But let's just say
have you ever heard of a game called Dungeons and Dragons?
No, I've heard of it, but it sounds really shit.
What you've just done is
Never gonna play it.
undermined the entirety, basically, of Dungeons and Dragons in that one statement.
Oh, good. Yeah, there is a chest in the corner that, when you look very closely, seems to be breathing, but I wouldn't worry about that.
Right, I'll open it. I'm going to go and open it.
Is there a 10-foot pole I can use? I want to poke
Yes,
the
definitely.
trapdoor with the end of the 10-foot pole.
Yes, yeah.
Can we see Lady Marjorie's gelatinous pubes?
10-foot pole. You can, yes. Gelatinous pubes. Fuck
Is
me.
there a 10-punt vole?
Like a 10-punt vole?
Can you imagine a vole?
Like a camp
One single
chicken.
vole containing 10 punts.
Oh, fuck me. I mean, it'd be distorted.
A little, I think.
It'd be badly distorted. So you find yourselves there. 30 seconds, but feel free
The
to...
vole of Tindalos.
You want, it's still closed. We're saying it's still closed, but you've seen those carving.
Jesus.
Don't gaze at my beholder.
What was that? Lady Marjorie, what was that?
My skirts had got hoiked up, and I was worried you caught a glimpse of my beholder. Let me
Ooh,
pull that down.